I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot what can be a very common problem for new and less experienced users of Logic Pro. I've got a club piano loaded onto a virtual instrument track, and I'm ready to get started recording, so let's just play some notes and see what we got. Well, we obviously have a problem. And this is a problem that can be very, very frustrating if you don't know how to troubleshoot it. But it's really something very simple. So don't get frustrated. We just need to check out our I/O buffer size. To access our I/O buffer, we can go to our Preferences drop-down tab and select our Audio Preferences. Now, what the input-output buffer does is introduce samples of latency into your audio signal to take some pressure off of your CPU. The lower the I/O buffer number, the less latency, the more strain on the CPU. The higher the number, more latency is introduced, and less strain on your CPU. So right now, we're currently set to 32 samples, which is very, very low. So I'm going to go ahead and select this down and go to, say, 256 samples. Go ahead and apply our changes. And we should be able to play now without all that audio distortion. Much better. Now you have to be careful though, because if you introduce too much latency into your signal, it can cause you problems if you're trying to record along to previously recorded audio or even a click track, because with, say, 1024 samples of latency, I can very easily tell that there is a drastic distinction between the time I strike the key and when I start hearing my audio. But by coming in here, adjusting these samples, and seeing what works out best for your machine, you ought to be able to find a setting that gives you nice clean audio without overloading your CPU, but also doesn't introduce too much latency into your performance.